Hello and welcome to episode 5 and probably the biggest one so far from this FM20 Network career. It's myself in charge of Barnet against Craig Savage in charge of Chesterfield, who look like they're favourites for the title at the moment. But there's more to it than that. As you can see, we are back for our first encounter at the Hive this season. We've played twice there, once in the league where we lost, once in the FA Cup where we won. You can catch up with those episodes in the eye above. But as it stands today, the gap is 7 points and we are at home to Chesterfield. If we win, we're down to 4 with one game in hand and it's going down to the wire. If we lose or draw, realistically, it's between Chesterfield and Aldershot. So this is going to be a big one. I'm sure Craig's pretty nervous, but not as much as me, as there's an awful lot riding on it. Craig can afford to lose and still win the title. I certainly can't. So if you are looking forward to this, it's going to be a tense one. Please put a thumbs up on the video. Thank you for your support with the series so far. You can catch up with the rest of the content on the channel in the eye above. But it's all about me v Craig today. So, Craig, how nervous are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
A good 8. It's really hot enough at the moment, and I think we need to get through this game. And if we come up with a point or 3, I think it could be done.
I mean, to be honest, no one's really wanted to win it. Aldershot have been on an awful run. You've been dropping points. You've had a couple of draws in a row. I had 3, 2 of which were caused by the international break and having loads of players away. Ryan Taylor's been forced into retirement with a 10, 11-month injury. And you can see Craig's got a couple of quite serious ones to first-team players there as well. So it's not been the smoothest running for anyone. And in fact, Stockport are almost back in it at this rate. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that Craig's probably going to park the bus and win it today. So we know, Craig, that over on our podcast channel, you set up a Wickham team with 11 men behind the ball against me. Are you going to repeat that tactic today?
No, I'm not going for it. Got to go for it because what kind of team that's leading at the top of the table decides to park the bus randomly for one game? But I didn't park the bus against Aldershot a few weeks back, and we won 2-0 despite getting battered. But you're in the home stretch now. I've got to go for it. Go for it every game.
I appreciate and admire your intent there. I mean, you have been scoring goals galore this season, whereas I've relied on a steady defence, so I can understand that to an extent. If we have a quick look at the league stats before we go into it, just so you can see how things are going on. Coolfirst is still the top scorer from my team. Craig's dominating the assist chart. Mandeville and Yandola have torn the rest of the league apart. They're separated by Larnell Coe in the middle. And Scott Loach, top of the clean sheet chart, but has dropped a few clangers in recent weeks. So I'm a little bit worried about him today. There's nothing else to be said, really. Let's just go and get into it, and we'll talk about our lineups and play the game in a moment. Right, we're here at the Hive. It's actually pretty sparsely packed given the size of the game, but it's a 4-4-2 for me with 2 attacking wingers, a 4-2-3-1 for Craig's Chesterfield. We've both got signings to talk about, so we'll talk about Craig's in a moment because it features a former Barnet player. But I've got a couple to introduce too. So over on the left wing, Keshi Anderson, formerly of Swindon Town, formerly from Luton, went to the same high school as me. But he's been a bit injury prone, although has done okay when played. Andre Dozzell, a big man coming in from Ipswich in centre midfield. Again, injury prone, as are many of my other signings. And at right back, a name, unfortunately, I can't pronounce very well, but on loan from Sheffield Wednesday and has been fairly solid in his 4 games. Our hand was forced with Ryan Taylor getting a 12-month injury. I've got Frederick Hammer on the bench on loan from Brentford. The scouts recommended him, and he might feature today. But Craig's signings are more interesting. He's got 3, including a big target man that saved the day for him once or twice already. And in midfield, you've got a former Barnet player, Craig.
Absolutely. I was getting desperate for a centre midfielder at the time. Alfie Bates went back to his parent club, thanks to their manager. So we've taken one of yours in Wesley Fongut, who's been actually a very good signing for us since January. So I'm very pleased with him. Devontae Arancibia in the attacking mid position. He's just scored recently last 2 games, so I'm very happy with him. Well, I need a cover for that position because I didn't really have one because Joe Rowley, who's playing in centre midfield today, was injured for a while. And up top is Fadane Oliver. He is free signing from previously at Northampton, which we went to watch him against Derby County in the FA Cup. He scored straight away, coming off the bench. He hasn't scored recently, but he might do today.
But to be fair, that game he did score was a crucial winner for you, which has kept you in the title race and well ahead in the title race. And to be honest, he is someone that I tried to sign. I saw Craig had him on trial. He was on my shortlist. and he rejected me because he wanted to go to Chesterfield. So Craig's got him, and he's picked up one of my centre midfielders, and he seems to be flying with them. So it's not always about the reputation, as Craig is proving. I think we better get into this because we're both probably nervous and talking absolute nonsense. So let's just go into the first half and see if we can get a result. Well, that is fantastic entertainment for the channel, for our viewers, and for the title race. Meanwhile, Aldershot taking full advantage with a 2-0 lead probably gets Craig a little worried because they're only 3 behind as it stands. And for me, it just puts me out the title race. So I'm going to have to make some tactical tweaks and go attacking here, where I'm guessing Craig will be staying put and hoping he can hold out for this.
Good thing for me over Aldershot is I have a much, much better goal difference. I think they're like 13 goals or something like that.
I think the only one who can compete in terms of goal difference is me, but I'm nowhere near you, so It's not going to hurt.
Second half gone. And a card for Elliot Johnson there.
Well, we've gone more attacking.
We got highlights.
It's amazing. Oh, I thought it was going to be mine by the start of that.
What can he do here? Surrounded by Barnet players. Here's Aaron Seaver. Come on, boy. Wrong Dirk. It'd be lovely for him to score. Oh, that's disgraceful.
Oh, no. Not him.
Oh, Johnson.
He's gone.
It's gone. It's a red card. 2 bookings in the space of a minute. And Barnet are down to 10 men.
Oh, and it's not your season, eh? Oh, dear. Right, we're going to have to change plan here. Oh, it's worked a couple of times. I went more attacking, and it's going to have to revert straight away.
The first highlight of this second half is a red card.
The first highlight of the match is a red card.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, dear. What are we going to do now? I mean, I think that, with the greatest respect, Craig, it's me out of the title race from 3 down to 2.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Well, the viewers can see I'm making a number of tactical tweaks. It is the biggest risk, and I could well lose this 4 or 5, but we've got to go for it. We haven't had a shot on target, and we need a win. So can we nick one and then get 10 behind the ball? Corner to Barnet. Come on.
Sweetie! Oh! Over the bar.
Oh, you've got to worry against 10 men that you're conceding corners and chances like that. How's a man unmarked against 10? And we've got another one. Larnell Cole's going to take it. Is the delivery right? Rowley heads away. It's pretty poor, to be honest. But McCallum recycles it. Finds Larnell Cole. Again away. And this is where the problem starts.
Counter-attacks on here. Ian Dodo. Can he do something positive? His shoulder on the left-hand side. To Funguk. Oh, Ian Dodo's got some space. Can he cross it in? He can. Oliver scores! 1-0 to Chesterfield. It's a gamble. It hasn't paid off for Barnet. And is that the title race over?
We had to go for it. It's probably not the title race over because Aldershot might catch you, but it certainly is for Barnet. 25 to go. I'm just going to throw some changes on, see if they can make a difference. But let's be honest, I think we all know what's about to happen here. It is going to finish with a Chesterfield victory, and my long, hard season is going to end with another couple of games in the playoffs for you all to endure with me. Corner kick to Barnet, 1-0 down. This needs to go in. Oh, it's off the line.
I don't know what's happened.
Oh, McCallum heads it. It's off the line. It's behind for another corner. Valette delivers. Yanni heads away. Santos, the centre-half, gets it back. And Sweeney's there, but we're going backwards now. This is not what we want to happen. Out to the left-hand side. Anderson. Chance to cross. Into the box. Unopposed. Yanni makes the tackle again. He's just so good. And it's cleared to Oliver, who's got a chance to counter now. Ricky Miller again. Good challenge, Anderson. Hamar picks it up. Santos goes long. That's all we're doing now. Just hoofing it forward. And as you can see, Craig is absolutely mopping it up easily. Ricky Miller back to Fonguk, not against his former club. Don't you dare. Falls to Reece Brown, and Chesterfield just content to keep it at the moment. The fullback's keeping it. Finds Aaron Sibia, and Chesterfield, you think, might score a second here. Ricky Miller's in. Blocked. Cleared by Hamar. Long ball to McCallum. What a highlight this is. And now McCallum's on the counter. Craig will surely be quaking in his boots as we charge down the right. There's 4 up in support. McCallum in the box. Oh, it's blocked. It's a poor delivery.
That is.
Beat the first man.
Brilliant tackle. Just over 5 minutes to go. Still 1-0 Chesterfield. But Chesterfield have a throw right behind a corner flag here. It's going to be Sheridan with a throw. It's going to take a little bit of time. So Jai Reason scored the winner in the first game between them two sides.
Great
but
goal.
Fongut's got space on the edge of the area.
Oh, no.
Oh, he scored! And that is the game. Wesley Fongut is scored against his old club. It's another rocket. It's Barnet 0, Chesterfield 2.
Oh, you could have written that pre-match, couldn't you? Jeez, how on earth? He showed absolutely nothing in half a season here, complained all day, and now turns up with a 35-yard thunderbolt. And now into the 87th minute, Craig's going to go presumably time wasting, and we have finally got a long throw, but it's too little too late. I'll keep an update on the Aldershot score while Craig's doing that. Aldershot are still 2-0 up. The long throw comes in, headed away. And
Oliver's got some space now. Come on, make it 3-0. Sheridan's left-hand side. You can got so much space here. Don't give it away. Jay, well done you. Brown, Diani. Keep the... Oh no, Yanni gets away with it. But Ricky Miller has space on his right-hand side. Crossed it in. Ian Dodo's there. And Seba! Oh, what a magnificent save by the goalkeeper.
I mean...
great save by Loach.
To be honest, we've been better since we've gone down to 10. But if we had a back four here, we'd probably be all right. But you can see where we've sacrificed the fullbacks. Everywhere. They're just coming down the right and left. Ricky Miller and Yandolo are running a show at the minute. But we haven't really got any other options. As Ricky Miller picks it up on the right after a bit of a weird technical glitch. Back to Sheridan. Finds Weir. And it is all Chesterfield. They're keeping the ball. Craig's seeing out the time and using the width that we haven't got. Yandolo picks it up. It's a free kick for offside. And that might be the most bizarre highlight we've ever seen. Oh, it's Chesterfield again. I mean, Craig's side just dominating now. They're toying with us. We're out of puff. The extra man has told in the last half hour. And Weir gets it to Yandolo. Chesterfield can make it 3. Good tackle.
That was a penalty.
No, it was a great tackle.
It was a great tackle. But no one there in sight. Reason. Yanni. Oh, they're just taking the mick now. Ricky Miller's got space. Can he make it 3? Slows up a little bit. Oliver, trying to make it blocked. Aaron Seaver, Reason, offside. Oh, what's that about? Lino.
For the Ricky Miller.
It was Ricky Miller offside. We're in stoppage time though. 3 points for the Spyrites. A massive 3 points over promotion rivals, and they have done it. Barnet, who the red card is absolutely costing today, naive from the defender. Barnet 0, Chesterfield 2.
I don't want to speak too soon. I don't know if I've had a red card all season. I definitely haven't had more than one. And today, 2, let's be honest, they were little trips. They weren't really red card tackles or yellow card tackles. And it's reflected in the referee's review. I don't know if you can see that, Craig. He has got a rating of 5.5.
Oh, really? I've not seen the review yet.
I've got a feeling I'm going to get asked some controversial questions by the media based on this. I'm telling the lads I'm unhappy, but I'm not really. We had a disastrous run-in as it was. And with one game in hand, we're now 10 points behind. And, I mean, basically, Craig needs 2 more wins to rule us out. Aldershot, keep par. 5 points behind, sorry. It's going to be a really close run in between those two. And we'll find out who's come up on top next time. But one thing's for sure, Barnet will be in the playoffs. And Chesterfield, it doesn't look like they're going to be joining them. Chesterfield straight back to the Football League. And we're going to have to fight for our place there.
Yeah, it's a tough run-in for you. It's tough running for myself as well. But to be honest, it's just getting hotter and hotter. And, well, you know what can happen in football. But just looking at the rest of the table, I know obviously Barnet and Aldershot have got their playoff spots sorted already. It looks like they're going to probably get, that'll be your semi-finals. But Solihull Moors creeping up there, Stockport creeping up there, so you never know.
Well, I'm actually a bit worried about that, Craig, because Stockport with a game in hand, 5 behind, because they managed to get, I presume, a point today, which they did at Woking, although they're the bottom side, so not a great result. Third, obviously, gets you straight to the semi-finals in the new National League playoff system. If we have to play a quarter as well, that's going to be a big problem for us.
Would you say that you're running out of players, or are you just too many games creeping up on you?
I'm certainly running out of left backs after that red card. Other than that, not too bad. But I've got a feeling I'm going to be enduring some pain in the next few weeks as we come back inevitably for me in the playoffs. But my big hope now, and I have to be honest, Craig, is that Aldershot go on a little run and you have to join me in the playoffs, because it would be a fitting way to end this season if it was Chesterfield Barnet in the playoff final. Not that I think I'd come out well on top.
Well, I think it's for us to collapse, I think. It's been asked to lose all season since the second episode. And we just, as I said to you off the air, we've got to keep going. We keep going right to the end. And hopefully we can see this out.
I'd be honest, I think it's Craig's to lose. I think with 4 games to go, he's basically got a 6-point lead with the goal difference. So what's that? Two wins and a draw, and he's probably done the job. So I'm sure Craig will get that done before the next episode.
So. I think so. But obviously we're playing every week. Yeah. We're after. I think so.
I think so too. But fingers crossed, there'll be a miracle, and it'll be Chesterfield v Barnet in the playoffs. But either way, it's not too disappointing. We're both up where we should be. It's just Craig has slightly excelled in expectations.
Well, I did say playoffs at the end of the day, and we guaranteed it. So let's win the title now.
We wish Craig luck with that, and we wish me luck with trying to stay in the top 3. But if you did enjoy this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you think of all the mistakes I made and the lovely red card that we managed to pick up in the most crucial game of the season. I'm sure the referee's report is going to be disastrous. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel for daily FM20 content, we'll also have another episode from this one next Sunday where we'll find out if Craig's the champions or will we both be featuring in the playoff campaign. Thank you very much to Craig for joining me as always.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you next time.